All right, let's see if that's better. Let's see if that's better. What is going on? Okay. Let's see if that's better. All right, I'm good. I'm good. I had to switch back to my initial camera settings. So I got a little bit experimental and then it didn't work anymore. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up the regular screens. Linda, Jeff, how you doing? Awesome, awesome. Better, better. This is awesome. Now it's working. I just wanted to do a quick video because the Cardinal effect will have a booth tomorrow, and I just wanted to make sure that my camera settings were okay and just get a little bit of practice with the camera. And I think I just need a new computer, to tell you the truth. I think that's the next thing. 1 second. Let me change one thing and I'll be ready to go. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the market is looking pretty healthy, which is surprising to me because I don't really understand. I would expect, I mean, I guess it's what people are calling alt season, but no one knows for sure. I mean, there could be a pullback coming soon, but we're climbing. I'm not sure. What does everyone use? Do you use CoinMarketCap or do you use CoinGecko or do you use a different charting source? But like on CoinMarketCap, we're 8. On CoinGecko, I'm not sure what we are. Let me check. We're 6 in CoinGecko. I think they add all the ADA holdings, including the ADA holdings of IOHK, Emergo, and the Cardano Foundation. So you use CoinMarketCap, Jeff and Lefas? Okay. I have my Plutus shirt. Just want to remind everyone to make sure that you go and you sign up for the Cardano Virtual Summit. It's going to be tomorrow and Friday. There are a lot of surprises. A lot of surprises. You need to be there. It's an epic event. So I will be there trying to watch as many videos as possible. I kind of know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on at the same time because I haven't seen anyone else. I was supposed to get a link for the drive so I can see some presentations, so I can do some pre-prep, but everyone is running last minute. I mean, this is an epic production that's being put together. So I think I'm going to have see everything live tomorrow, which is going to be physically impossible because you'll see how it's set up tomorrow. But if you're taking time off of work or you're watching it while you're at work or you're just trying to catch a couple of events, that's fine. Grab yourself, get what you need, get some snacks, get whatever you need, sit down and enjoy yourself. There's going to be something for everyone at the summit. I promise you. So, Envios, you're going to have to see what's going on at the summit and, you'll see. It's going to be a good time. Lefa says took Friday off just for the event. Awesome. Although you're going to feel like a lot of stuff is happening on Thursday, but there's a lot of stuff happening on Friday as well. And I think that since the summit was announced and how much work they've put in, it's really incredible. I mean, the scale of this is extremely difficult. I was at the IOHK summit in Miami last year in 2019, and it was around this time, probably a couple months earlier. And there's one thing about doing a summit or an event or a keynote or whatever celebration that you're doing at a physical venue, but due to extenuating circumstances with COVID, we have to do it virtually. But it is a production. So it should be fun. So everyone who's been investing, holding, everyone that's new to the community, I mean, this is what it's about. There's not many other crypto projects out there that could put a summit together like this with this many speakers and this many presentations, because the teams are just not that big. I mean, the IOHK, Emergo, and the Cardano Foundation teams together, I mean, they're one of the biggest in crypto. I mean, I'm sure there are a few other projects that have very large teams, but they're few and far between. So it's going to be nice. I see Paprika. What social validation feedback loops of snacks prepared? Awesome. I'm not sure what paprika means. I mean, just like the spice. I like paprika. And Jacob says took second and third holiday just for that. Neuro says I'm sleeping at my computer, gonna wake up to the summit. Mexican Charlie Lee says FOMO is gonna kick in tonight. Perhaps. I think that's they're going to be. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but there are going to be announcements these next couple of days. So it's definitely going to be top of the hype cycle for sure. For sure. Jacob says, need to do some shopping in the morning. Probably won't leave my house, rewatching stuff over the weekend. It's going to be, it's enjoyable. This is a free event, everyone. This is free content. Think about how much content gets produced by the Cardano. All the videos from IOHK, Emergo, the Cardano Foundation, all their blog articles. There was a new website launch from the Cardano Foundation. We'll probably be talking about that on the Cardano Effect this weekend, if we do an episode this weekend. And so I will be at the, we have a booth at the summit. Unfortunately, it's just going to be me. Brick is extremely busy with work. I mean, not many people know what he does. I know what he does, but he has a lot of deliverables this month and this past month. He's working endless hours. So I don't think his project finishes until, I don't know, maybe the end of this week or maybe next week, but he's swamped. But I will be there. Mexican Charlie Lee says, what time does it start and end? I think for me, it starts Eastern Standard Time at 9 a.m., I believe. The doors open at 9 a.m. I believe it's 2 p.m. BST, which is British Standard Time. So if you want to just say whatever time zone you're in, just type it into Google, 2 p.m. BST to EST or whatnot. The lead trend says, let me help you run the booth or at least moderate the chat or something at the summit. Lead trends, I appreciate you, but the platform that we're using, I'm not really too familiar with it. I can see if I have an option to do that once we use the platform, but it's not going to be on YouTube. It's a different platform. So it's something proprietary to a company that basically sells those kind of virtual event services to companies. So companies can run those virtual events, those huge virtual events, but it's not a YouTube thing. It's on a different platform. So make sure you sign up though, because you should receive an email and a password so you can enter it. But that's it. It's free. So you put in a couple of details, your name, leave your email address, and whatever information you'd like to put, maybe your Twitter handle or Telegram. That's not even obligatory. And you'll get that link. Yes, the Cardano Effect has a virtual booth. Yes. It's 6 a.m. PST. Correct. For everyone on the West Coast, that would be 6 a.m. PST because it's 9 a.m. EST. So, yeah, that makes sense. I wanted to talk, I guess, a little bit about the summit, but I also wanted to talk about mainnet delegation and what I've been talking about with my SCAR team and some strategies that we're going to be implementing in the mainnet. I guess we can get to that in a little bit, but today's video, it's not really something formal. I'm just trying to get a little bit of practice and getting my camera settings and my microphone settings set for tomorrow. So yes, Elite Trance, I appreciate you. So has anyone looked at the itinerary for tomorrow or the schedule for tomorrow? Is anyone looking forward to a particular event or a particular speaker? And What are people going to be looking out for? What are people going to be watching? I'd like to know because you're going to have options because there are different rooms, different auditoriums. So there are going to be different things happening concurrently. So you pretty much have to choose which event you're going to do. I'd like to watch the same things that everyone else is watching. And this way I can talk about that thing that we watched at that particular time. So would you be doing a recap on your channel? In the virtual booth, I'm going to be doing the best possible recap I can. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to see everything because things are happening at the same time, but I'll try to get to as much information as possible. Plus, I have to man the booth. So it's kind of, I'm juggling two things. Lee Tran says, I'm looking forward to Ada North Pole Talk. I've actually seen the North Pole Talk. I think I watched half the video yesterday. Yeah, he did a good job. He did a good job. I'm going to watch the other half soon. I just have had a lot to do. The Georgia Prime Minister, Ada North, Charles, and Caitlin Long. I'll watch it all. Yeah. And Caitlin Long was actually speaking at that IOHK Summit in 2019. That's thing. Want to see talk on Ada Pay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Daniel Ward podcast 2-hour recap episode after the summit. Maybe on the weekend. So definitely not like right after Thursday or Friday because they're going to be long days. And yeah, so you're not going to want to miss some of the panels that are happening. I don't want to give anything away, but the panels are going to be epic. And yeah, definitely make sure that you look at the panels. Everyone's at the beginning of the summit. Everyone's going to be able to see the keynote from Charles. So that's going to be playing simultaneously in all the rooms or concurrently in all the rooms. So you'll be able to see that. And then you can branch out and do what you want to do for the day. It's actually pretty cool, to tell you the truth. Any talks on the possibility of DeFi on ADA? I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to find that. We're going to have to find out. B, blondes or brunettes? You tell me. You tell me. Brian, Ben Gortzel is one I look very forward to. Okay. And Slice Keeper says, do you have to register for the summit or can you just tune in? You've got to register. You've got to register because the link is not, it's not like on YouTube. It's not going to be like a YouTube live thing. It's on a separate platform, a platform that can host multiple different presentations at the same time. So you have to sign up. They're going to send you a link with an address. You sign up with your email address, and that's going to be your username and then a password. Neurocipher says, I think it might start at 8 Eastern Standard Time, but keynote starts at 9. I have to double check the schedule. I'll know for sure in a few hours because I have to plan my morning tomorrow. Lee Trance, I did not see Charles's last AMA. And it's good that he looks extremely confident. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, for the first time, it's been a long time. I've been involved with Cardinal for a long time. I know some of you in this chat have seen my face for a long time. But for the first time, I actually feel like I'm falling behind on the news. Like there's so much stuff happening that I'm not like first to figure out what that story is. There's so many different things happening at so many different angles. And it's wonderful. I think we've achieved that milestone of things just happening in such rapid succession. B, did you notice how the color palette on the leaked fake Ada credit card photos, which surfaced a few months ago, are exactly the same color scheme as the new rebranding? The color palette on the, are you talking about like that MasterCard credit card photo? Can you elaborate with that? Lefas said, I got $1,000 for a 5-year anniversary bonus. I just invested it into Ada. Well, I hope you're up on your investment. Neuro says, print out the itinerary live. You got a printer in the background. Yeah, I can print it out live. I'll print it out live. I'll do that right now. Let's see. Let us see. Cardinal effect. Okay. So many tabs open. I'll print it out live right now. Okay. And next, Lefa said, I will be break even at 10 cents. Been investing since 25 cents every month. Okay, awesome. Lead trends, printing it out live. Let's hear the printer. You hear the printer? You hear the printer? It's almost 6 pages. I'm printing it in color. Mr. Ada SLA says, I want to make some 6 shirts for Cardano, but I need some help from the community. Yeah, ask around. B says, it wouldn't surprise me if there's an ADA card being announced at the summit. Maybe. iCoffee says, Philippe, you're a true ambassador for Cardano. Been listening to you for 2 years. You're one of the reasons I took a deeper dive into this coin and I invested. Thanks. Well, I appreciate you. And thanks for the support over the years. I really do. Appreciate it. Fa-Am says, Philippe, do you think we'll hear any other special announcements or possible partnerships besides Shelley during the summit? For sure. Most definitely. Brian Penley says, physics meets distributed consensus with Stephen Wolfram. Another one to watch. Yes. Stephen Wolfram was actually at the IOHK Summit 2019 in Miami as well, at the Miami Convention Center. So, and that was great. So I used a lot of Wolfram Alpha growing up. So that's awesome. Yeah, let me get the printer. Let me get the sheets. We print in color here, so it's nice and beautiful. Now it just looks just like the new website redesign, which is wonderful. Lefa said, I've been following you since August 2018. You shipped out a lot of very good content in the beginning, and I always appreciate your great work. Well, I appreciate that. Oh my, let's see if we logged out. Unable to connect to chat. Okay, I'm unable to connect to chat on the computer. I don't know what's going on. So I'm on my phone looking at the chat. And architecting the internet with Vince Cerf, yes, that's huge. That's huge. Does RHVR work for the summit? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Red Green Blue says, hey man, could you tell us more about the VR component, please and thanks? I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Like I said before, this is the first time I feel like I'm falling behind on some of the news, which is refreshing. Sean White, how are you doing, Sean? Well, I'm glad. I'm looking at the chat here. Let me pop out the chat here. Okay, it's working again. Oh, okay. Where's the wine? Okay, so crypto sommelier. Okay, sommelier is like a wine tester. Very fancy French word. But this is not the purpose. The purpose of the title of the video, although my titles are sometimes very abstract, they're exactly how I feel at that particular moment. And I wanted to talk about mainnet staking. I know it's kind of disorganized right now. I don't really have a plan to talk about that right now, or kind of just wanted to come and test my audio and stuff like that. And I know the summit is tomorrow, but I wanted to talk about mainnet staking because I wanted to ask everyone a question. And I shot a video about this, but it just came off wrong. And I think that speaking live about it is probably a little bit better. Can we get a link to, okay, hold on. Let me drop that link. Hold on 1 second. I'll drop the PDF link here. And then I think that should be it. Six pages, everyone. 6 pages. 6 pages. Oh, sorry about that, Andrew. I don't know what. I guess it blocks links. Fa Am says, Philippe, you seem confident about announcements or partnerships being announced during the summit. Do you know something we don't? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Daniel Herrera Rendon says, where can I get a Plutus shirt like yours? I actually got this. I should have ironed this before I got. It's clean, I promise, but I should have ironed it before I got on the live stream. But I got this at a Plutus Fest in 2018. 2018, at the end of 2018. Dash Garage says, will the summit be recorded? Probably. I'm sure IOHK is going to release all the presentations sometime on their channel. You'll miss the first day? Okay. I'm going to try to do a recap at the end of the first day, so we'll see if we can hit some of the major points, so maybe you can watch that. Yasin says, anything at the conference that will impact ADA price? Well, there are going to be announcements upon announcements upon announcements, so it is what it is. You know, I think it may or may not affect the ADA price, but it seems like ADA's pumping right now, and people don't know what's going on with the summit yet, so which is good, because I don't think the summit will disappoint. Brian Penley says, Plutus Fest was in 18? Yeah, it's been a while. Edinburgh, Scotland. Brian says, props and respect for your follow-through and commitment with TCE. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've really had a blast with TCE. Rick and I, we talk a lot. We have a great partnership and a great friendship. I'm really glad I met Rick, and we have great synergy together, and it's been fun. I mean, we talk smack, we talk great things. We just talk. He's a good friend. He's a good guy. I like Rick a lot, and I appreciate TCE. I appreciate the Cardinal effect. I appreciate everyone that's been watching, and we're going to keep on going for as long as we can. So we have fun with it. Porcupine Bum says, what is the project Charles keeps talking about that will be as big as Cardano? I don't know. Jeff B says, starts at midnight in Australia, so already planning my mid-afternoon nano nap. Okay. Event starts in 13 hours, 24 minutes. So is the testnet still going to run, or we decided not to support it any further? I think it did not pass the vote, so I don't think it's going to be supported any further. But I think they may revamp it in the future, or someone may revamp it in the future. I'm not 100% sure. To be honest with you, I haven't been following it very closely because I've had a lot of things to do. But we did keep our nodes running. So it's happening at 2 p.m. BST, British Standard Time. So you can go ahead and go on Google and just say 2 p.m. BST to your time zone, and you'll figure that out. Lefa said, have you been to CERN in Geneva? Yes, I have. Oh, it's amazing. It's incredible. And Geneva is a beautiful city, and CERN is amazing. Benjamin says, what is this beef chain about? Why is it a big deal? Well, we're going to find out tomorrow. They will have a presentation. I haven't heard much about it. So we can discuss that on the Cardano effect this weekend. Old Pa Sync, how are you doing? And Jeff Thompson said, not enough participation to meet the threshold for the vote, so it failed. Correct. And Hutan said, Americans are banned for now for traveling to Europe. Fa Am says, Philippe, I know we should soak in and celebrate Shelley. After the Shelley party, how far are we to landing Gauguin? Well, based on how Charles speaks, I don't want to put any words in his mouth or any words in the IHK, because I really truly don't know when Gauguin's going to be launched. But I think we may hear something about this by the year end, because like Charles has been saying and reiterating that all these tracks are running parallel. So if they're all running parallel, we shouldn't assume that Gauguin has another 2 years. I mean, Gauguin has been talked about since Plutus Fest in 2018. So it's been a while. Daniel Herrera Rendon says, is there an average of all pool stake owners' profit on the ITN? I'm sure you can find an average. I mean, you can probably plop it in an Excel document and then just find the mean, but I don't know. I mean, you can find out an owner's profit. You can literally take their rewards and then multiply it by the operating fee and then extrapolate how much they spent on equipment and stuff like that. Well, that's not, you don't know that, but you can find out actually the revenue and then figure out, maybe you can estimate how much you think they spent net profit. Kaizen Crypto says, hey man, I just wanted to say I've been watching your channel since the beginning. I will see you there tomorrow. Kaizen, I appreciate you. I'll see you there tomorrow. And everyone, go check out Kaizen Crypto's channel because your content is top notch. I really enjoyed. The production value is great, and the information you're putting in your videos are great. Kaizen Crypto, if you're not subscribed to him and his channel, head over there right now and click that subscribe button. Jeff Cox loves his channel. Agreed. Jeff Thompson says he said it's possible for Voltaire by the end of the year. I don't know about all that. I don't know, but Gauguin maybe. Gauguin maybe. Voltaire, I don't know. We're maybe we're getting a little too ambitious, but we'll see. We don't know. I mean, it's already July. Rewards, we're supposed to get our rewards from the ITN in mid-August. So, and staking is supposed to start happening in mid-August. So if we're staking in the mainnet in August, we have like the end of Q3 and Q4 in order to get Gauguin and Voltaire out. I'm not sure about that. And we have to X out the month of December because people go on holidays and people don't work during December. But who knows? Especially with the extenuating circumstances with COVID, everyone may be sitting at home actually working or later than they actually do. I know in my business, it's like people start taking off way before Christmas and all those holidays. They check out early in the year. It says, Daniel Herrera Rendon says, I think they're going to announce a primitive voting system. Yeah, voting is going to be very cool. I wanted to get to that next point. Why name this video Crypto Sommelier? And then I wanted to ask everyone's opinion about it. It's not related to the summit, but it's looking further ahead into mainnet staking. Kaizen Crypto, man, you deserve it. And Lefa says Q3 Gauguin, Q4 Voltaire, 2021 Basho. Neuro says it's going to be finished tomorrow. maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna say this thing before I lose my train of thought and it starts turning into some kind of long-winded ramble, which I tend to do. Okay, so strategy-wise, so I'm speaking with my SCAR team, and we're figuring out all these little metrics and we're running the business model behind actually running a stake pool. And the A0 value and K factor were released. K is 150, A0 is 0.3. Personally, me, I'm not a huge fan, but I'm going with it. Only because I feel like in the past, IOHK has pushed the narrative of rock pies, lower cost solutions, but at the same time, like they mix the message between enterprise solutions and like rock pie solutions. Like they say that everyone can run a node, but the incentives are they just don't align. And I'm either for all enterprise or all like rock pie level. So, and I'm not trying to diss the rock pie, but I'm just using the rock pie as an example of a low cost entry device that anyone can probably use in order to get a stake pool running. I have a Raspberry Pi here. I mean, they're not terribly expensive. I don't know how much a rock pie is. I think it's probably like $100 or $150. But this Raspberry Pi sitting on my computer was like, $100. Wasn't that expensive. But anyway, I digress. So we're talking about strategy because it seems like pledge, owner's pledge, is almost negligible if you're not like a super whale. If you run the numbers, you start getting a higher return, or 0.01% return, additional return on the ROS when you have 1.6 million as pledge, as owner's pledge. And just to remind everyone, owner's pledge is what money the owner actually puts towards their stake pool. So they lock it up. Think about it as like a CD, or certificate of deposit. My name is Philippe. My pool is SCAR. I'm going to lock this money up to represent SCAR. And the thing with the owner's pledge is owners cannot move money outside of their pledge amounts. So if they start taking money out, then no one gets returns. No one gets their stake for the entire epoch, which is 5-day period. And we knew in the ITN, when you're switching pools, like if you switch from one pool to one pool, sometimes it takes like another epoch in order for you to start even receiving rewards. So we could be looking at like 2 weeks where people are not getting rewards. If they miss that 5-day period and then they forget, and then they redelegate to another pool, but they don't get added within that certain time period. What if it's like 10 days before they start getting the rewards? Could be an issue. So moving forward, you're going to want to try to delegate to pool owners or stake pools that you can trust. There's a level of trust. It's not like they're going to steal your ADA. No one's stealing your ADA, but you want to trust that that pool is running when you're sleeping. You want to trust that that source of passive income is working while you're working, or while you're sleeping, or while you're doing this or that. You want to trust it. So you want to know who's behind your pool. You want to know whether or not they're fair weather fans and they're going to jump at the next bull run, or they're going to jump ship and do something else. You want to know that because it makes your life easier as an investor, because you just want to sit, relax, and enjoy your rewards. You worked hard, you earned your ADA, you purchased your ADA, you invested, and you want it to work for you. So given that, they're going to be very rich people, rich whales that are going to be putting large amounts of pledge, but it doesn't, like I said before, it's almost negligible. It doesn't reward extremely rich people from pledging a large amount of ADA for their pool. So what is the strategy to prevent a stake pool operator from jumping ship? Let's say the bull run is happening. Let's say the bull run is happening right now. I don't necessarily believe the bull run's happening right now, because I still think that the economy is extremely messed up. Things just don't make sense. I don't understand why everything is happening the way it's happening, but it's happening. And ADA is going up as it should. It's extremely depressed at these times, and in the future, it's going to increase and increase and increase with value. So let's say we're in some mega bull run right now, and the bull run takes place and doesn't stop until September, October. You delegate to a stake pool, and everyone is like, oh my goodness, ADA just hit 50 cents. ADA just hit $1. ADA just hit its all-time high. Let me get my Lambo. Let me get my house. Let me get my this. Let me cash out. Let me do that. So all of you are cashing out, but the stake pool operator has to sit there and watch everyone cash out without any additional incentive to actually hold their ADA within their pool as a pledge owner, because it's not like the rewards or the returns are that significant to encourage the stake pool operator to keep their ADA locked, especially if it's only a 0.01% increase if you have 1.6 million pledge on your actual pool. So what prevents a stake pool operator from actually jumping ship? So we're talking about a strategy of what we're going to pledge, how we're going to pledge. So I came up with this whole idea. I've been diversifying my funds. I've been diversifying my crypto projects. ADA is not the only project that I hold. So Crypto Sommelier, hold a basket of cryptocurrencies. If this alt season really is about this alt season and it really takes off, I'm not really incentivized to remove any of my ADA. I've structured it in a way that I can take profits from other coins that I own and not touch my ADA bag. So whatever I pledge, I'm going to pledge, and I'm going to stick behind it. And I'm really not incentivized to actually remove my ADA off anything. I'm not all into ADA, and this is going to work to my benefit in the future, because I plan on running this pool for years upon years upon years. And there are going to be plenty of other people that are going to stick for long periods of time too. But I just want to try to make some sort of commitment So people know that if they're staking to SCAR or they're staking to our pool, they know that we're not just going to jump ship. So, I don't know what people's strategy are. I know there's there's a few operators in this room. I would love to hear from you, and let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. And also, I wanted to say one more thing, and I forgot. But yeah, so crypto diversification is extremely important, and people that have all their ADA in one basket, or the operators have all their ADA in one basket, will they remove their ADA if we hit a certain price point? Everyone has a certain price point that pushes them out. Here at SCAR, we're going to stick by our pledge and just ride it. So Jeff Thompson, appreciate you. Kaizen Crypto says, I had a RockPi in the ITN. That was a plan for the mainnet, but Haskell isn't ready for RockPi yet. I've had to upgrade to some pretty top-notch bare metal server specs. My pledge will factor hardware cost. Thanks for sharing, Kaizen. Thanks for sharing. And I saw the build that you've been doing. I don't think it's complete yet, right? But I saw a video that you were doing a build for, and that was very cool. Brian says it's tricky and hard, but have your money work for you. Don't work for the money. Crypto and ADA can do it. Yeah. Yes. Lefa said it's the Fed printing and blowing the stock market up. Yep. Crypto Hermit says you could delegate a certain amount to your own pool if you wanted to pull that at some point. Yeah, you can delegate to it, but I'm referring to the pledge. The pledge is like locked in. So yeah. John Crypto says, will our rewards compound if we don't withdraw them? Does anyone have the answer to that? Will they redelegate? I'm sure that they might. I mean, Yoroi may have an option where you can redelegate your rewards. I'm not 100% sure, though. Not 100% sure. And if they do have that, or if they plan to have that, it will probably come out after daylist happens and stuff like that. Jason Schwartz says, cashing out will be silly. I want to see $1 trillion market cap. I agree, but a lot of people are overinvested. They spend a lot of money in crypto, including myself. I wouldn't say I'm overinvested, but I've spent a lot of money in crypto. And yeah, I mean, everyone wants to see kind of returns and trying to rationalize what they want in life and saying, oh, if I get a big chunk of money this time, I'm just going to cash out, especially people that were hurt since 2017. But at some point, even the 2017 veterans, I'm sure they're probably so hardened that they may just continue hodling. Okay, let's see. See, Lefas says, hold on one second. Brian Penley says, yeah, I mean, that's the idea of automation. You have something do the work for you. Abstract concept. Correct. Lefas says, rest and bat, Kyber, bat, and link. B, if you want to finish first, you need the fastest horse. ADA's that horse. Crypto Simp Stake Pool says, our pool will be running a nominal fee. Awesome. Kaizen Crypto says, I'd be fine selling other alts and Bitcoin and holding ADA for the next decade plus. Kaizen, that's strategy right there. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. So it's like, if you have other alts in your portfolio, it's not so much. You can enjoy the next bull run without touching your favorite projects. And it's not just ADA. You may have another favorite project that you don't want to touch. So maybe have a more diversified basket and take care of it like that. Jeremy, what's up? How you doing? Benjamin says, if you're a pool operator, you want to commit the right amount for your pool and delegate the rest for better liquidity. Yep, it's a science. It's a science. It's going to take a lot of work to figure out what that exact number is, where I feel like, okay, I'm not touching it anymore. It is what it is. And I've calculated so I can pretty much live off of these staking rewards if it hits a certain price. I did a video about trying to calculate the livable wage, or what value you want out of crypto. If you want it to pay this bill, if you want it to pay this bill, or if you want it just to augment all the things that you're doing in your life, use that formula, figure out exactly how much ADA you need and at what price. Hutan says ITN didn't compound. Okay. Oh, one more thing. This is what I want. Thank you, Hutan, because it just sparked in my head. One more thing. Another reason why I was upset about the returns, the ROS for stake pool operators pledging amounts to their pool, because one, you have to have it locked up. Two, the information is public. You know exactly how much your operator is pledging on the mainnet. You will know exactly. I pledged on the ITN. It's verifiable. You can verify how much pledge was pledged for SCAR. You can verify it. So our wallets are out there. Our bags are out there. It's not saying it's the entire bag, or it may be the entire bag. Who knows? But the wallets are out there, and you're just not getting that return for putting your information out there. You're exposed. The delegator is not exposed. Maybe this is another conversation for privacy, because you're exposed. You're exposed. I mean, they're not going to find out your exact wallet address. Maybe it may be scrambled by the time we hit mainnet, but it's out there. People know how much was pledged. So that's a difference. So Jason Schwartz says 40% BTC, 40% ADA, 20% Ethereum. Awesome. What's your bag difference between third generation versus second generation crypto? I don't know what third generation. I don't know which projects are third generation. I know Cardinal is third generation, but there's a lot of other crypto projects that are saying they're third gen, and they look second gen to me, or they look first gen, because there's just that level of difference. So I think we need to go down the list and figure out what exactly is third gen, because at some point it's like, I don't know, it's slapping the organic label on the bag, but doesn't necessarily mean it's organic. Same thing for third gen. It's a buzzword at this point. Let's see. Brian says, sounds like a case of anticipating human behavior. Correct. Lefa says, I won't sell. I want to be the Twitter guy who sold BTC at $10. I don't want to be the Twitter guy who sold BTC at $10 in 2013. Good point. Crypto Simp says, from Swag, says, you're absolutely right. I would advise delegators to understand their operators on a personal level. Agreed. And I'm very impressed, because the community is growing so rapidly, and there are going to be so many different stake pools that you can delegate to. There are a lot of great stake pools out there, and I implore everyone to go pick whoever they like, or whichever pool they like, and go delegate to that pool. And don't always look at the stake pool operator fee and say, I'm going to go for the lowest fee, because that's not necessarily how you get the greatest returns. It's about value investing, and the lower pools may get oversaturated at the beginning. So you want to make sure that you're counting all these variables into effect. And saving 1%, but not being in a reliable pool, and 6 months down the line, you're having dinner with your family, or you're on vacation, and all of a sudden that stake pool operator decides to jump ship, and where's your assurance there? So you try to save that 1%, and you ended up losing 10%. So please understand that. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about the ITN versus the mainnet in a few minutes. Brian says, I would have to say that we should expect and not be surprised that if we hit a higher price point, then the hodlers will cash out. Yeah. I mean, there's been so much hurt that I'm sure hodlers will cash out. Neurocypher says, I wouldn't mind trying to run a stake pool sometime down the line. Not sure if it would be possible to get in easily later. I'm not 100% sure. I think that the K value will, of course, increase over time. And that's also one thing about pledge. Like, if you plan to run the stake pool for 5 years, maybe 50,000, maybe 100,000 pledge. Maybe that's insignificant now, but maybe that's huge in 5 to 10 years. So that's one thing to look at. Andrew Todd says, as far as I know, mainnet rewards compound, ITN rewards don't. Okay. Cardonian says, I've been delegating the SCAR for the entire testnet. I wouldn't choose any other. I appreciate you. And, I wanted to make this video, but I didn't want it to sound, I didn't want to sound too negative, but I pointed out, I call it like I see it. The ITN, I mean, it's working all right now, but there were a lot of issues with adversarial forking, and there were also issues with slot battles. It's almost to the point where your node location and how you were adjusting the time sinks were the difference between whether or not you were winning slot battles or producing blocks. We got hit by a lot of adversarial forks at the beginning, and we lose almost all our slap battles because we're not in that cluster. And I learned that a lot of the operators, I mean, they were gaming the system, and it makes me the duck. I take that L for that, because while it's not like, I mean, we decided to run a clean node in the sense that we downloaded all the updates for Jormungandr directly from IOHK. We never used any third-party builds. We used the code directly from IOHK. We ran as clean of a node as possible. We did, in looking at everything that we did everything right. The things that we did wrong were not having our nodes in certain geographical locations that may or may not have increased our chance of winning slot battles, and issues with the time sync, adjusting the time sinks on your nodes. So like the latency was a factor. So I mean, it was rough. It was rough. But moving into the main net, we're going to try to get a little bit more ahead of things, and I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But hopefully in Haskell, we've been playing around with the nodes already. There are still some issues, but hopefully it's a little bit more fair in the way that you win blocks in Haskell versus the ITN. But once again, shout out to everyone that figured it out and tinkered their node to get what they needed to get. Old Pa Singh says ITN rewards compounded. Okay. Ada Fox says, it's my birthday today, Philippe, and oh, what a day. Ada Fox, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you're eating some cake, and save some cake for tomorrow, and have some fun. Have some fun. It's a good birthday weekend, and I hope you had a great day, and I hope you celebrate today and the rest of the week. Mark Shorter says, I delegated to Scar and haven't looked since. How'd we do? We did all right. We didn't do the best. But we definitely didn't do the worst either. I'd say that we're like average, a little bit above average, but not the best. Not the best. But we were running constantly. We were constantly monitoring our nodes. We put a lot of effort into it, and we learned a lot. And we're going to carry that information over to the mainnet. Andrew Todd says, in the ITN, they were redelegated, but you didn't compound rewards just based on the snapshot balance. Fa Am says, shouldn't people who have been faithful to Cardano, invested in since 2017, be rewarded somehow? Yeah, I mean, that's the essence of the ITN. That's the essence of the ITN. Let's see. Kello Crypto says, ADA's in a marketplace. People will buy and sell at that price. Pool operators should be in for the long run. True believers in Cardano will be holding for the right time, and that time is different for everyone. Correct. African Panther. Ça va bien, et toi? Dash Garage says, Tezos is my first opportunity, first to sell, to fund my next move. I personally would like to help someone expand their staking operation. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, hold on. I'm losing. Ron Hill says, okay, I caught back up to the comments. Anyone know if the Digital Expo space during Summit will be available for VR headset users? I'm not sure. There was a VR component in the IOHK Summit in 2019, which was very cool. And that wasn't the first time I used an Oculus Rift, but it was a cool use. I think they were using the Oculus Rift. Maybe they were using something else. Fun fact, I've been to E3 how many times? 2 times. The first time I went to E3, I had it was like one of the first years they were coming out with the Oculus Rift, and I was flabbergasted about what it could do. I got motion sick, but I thought it was really, really cool. And then I saw it again following E3 or the year after. And then I saw it at the IOHK Summit. Pretty cool. Kaizen Crypto says right there with you about privacy. If you have a bag, keeping your keys offline is so important. As a stake pool operator, you're taking a risk by having a high pledge and the opportunity cost of ADA, $3. Correct. You hit it right. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Richin says, what position was your pool on? You mean like ranking? First of all, I don't know what position, like as far as in Daedalus wallet, what it was. I mean, it fluctuated consistently. You know, like I said, the pool was not, we weren't below average. We weren't average, just a little bit above average, I think. Not the best, though. Not the best. There were definitely pools that outperformed us. Lefas says, can we split our delegation into two pools? I think so. I don't know if you're going to be able to split it into two pools from the same wallet. I think you may have to send it to another wallet maybe and then delegate, but maybe you'll be able to split it within the second wallet, allocate like 40% here and 60% there. Seems like a feature that you should be able to do. But once again, these are going to be iterations of Daedalus that are going to be released in the future. And once again, please download Daedalus or have your ADA in Yoroi, get it off exchanges. Jobless says the Shelly rollout plan says staking rewards available August 18th. Does that mean we can stake 5 days before? And are the first rewards on August 18th after the first epoch? I'm not 100% sure. I know that date says August 18th, but as far as is staking going to happen before then or on August 18th, I would probably assume that it will start on August 18th and then that first epoch afterwards. So I'm not 100% sure though. Jerome says, hi, I'm new to the club, but I have this amount of ADA. What do you think is the advantage amount to stake in a pool? Jerome, you can stake whatever ADA you have. You can have 1 ADA or you can have 10 million ADA and you can stake in a pool. That's wonderful. That's the wonderful thing about Cardano. You really don't there's no barrier to entry as far as staking. What is ADA right now? It's 9 cents. You can have 1 ADA and you can stake. So, and if you're not staking, I'm not really sure what you're doing with your ADA. I'm just gonna be real with you. Unless you're day trading it on exchanges, but stake. And if you want to save money and you want to get better returns, stake. Don't stake on Binance. Don't stake on Bittrex, or don't stake on Coinbase. They're going to take percentages of your ADA. Maybe not Binance, but Coinbase definitely will. Like they take a huge percentage of the Tezos staking. I saw their Tezos staking model. Jerome McCall, how can I join your pool as well when it begins? It's going to begin sometime in August. Whenever the mainnet releases, I'll be making videos on my channel and let you know. David likes crypto. How you doing? Jeremy, there's exploits that Scar chose not to engage in. Yes, that's correct. Cardonian says, yeah, man, for sure. The amount you taught me about Cardano is the least I can do. I appreciate you. Jason Schwartz says, yeah, I had initially delegated to Scar, but you guys had so many issues in the beginning, lost a few epochs of rewards. And yes, we did. We did have a lot of issues in the beginning. And we're going to fix those. We're going to mitigate those. And we're going to come out stronger in the mainnet. And yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to do what's best for you. And if you feel like an operator is lacking, you need to make sure that you reallocate your reward somewhere else to make sure that you get your machine running. Because at the end of the day, it's important. Your investment is important, and yeah, go for it. Crypto Sim says, anecdotally, latency doesn't seem to be a significant hindrance on the STNs thus far. Okay. African Panthers, how do you see the future? I mean, for Cardano, we're going up. We're going up. Hey, Wood, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Daniel Herrera Rendon says, if Nix and Haskell aren't a problem, where would one go to get started on being a stake pool operator or stake pool owner? There are a lot of manuals online that people have been releasing. You can also go to the Cardano best practices, the Shelley best practices. Honestly, I'm a member on that Telegram, but I'm not active there because there are a lot of things happening at the same time. And I'm in so many Telegram chats that it's really hard to keep up. There's a lot of messages that are going by. So, yeah, but look around in that group. There are manuals and more manuals, and people are releasing documentation consistently. Pew Pew says, can we stake ADA on mainnet now? Nope, not until mid-August. Lefa says, Coinbase is a ripoff. I don't know why so many people buy there. They do have a clean platform, though. They do have a clean platform. I have to give it to them. Neuro says, do you know if there's going to be multi-staking from the same wallet? Like multiple cryptocurrency staking? You're going to have to elaborate. Hutan says, do your rewards compound on the mainnet staking? It hasn't been confirmed or denied. I mean, I think they compounded on the ITN. I don't know if they're going to compound for mainnet staking. I think Old Pa Singh said they're not, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I butchered what you said. Marcy says, do I need to do anything yet to get my rewards on mainnet or just wait for Shelley to start fully running? So the ITN download, you probably have a lot of instances of Daedalus on your laptop, or your computer, especially if you're using Daedalus to stake. So you're going to want to go to that ITN wallet and you're going to want to update to the latest version. There was an update that was done, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And that's going to allow your wallet to basically sync to the latest version. Or it was a mainnet install. It was a mainnet update. So that's going to allow you to port your rewards over. So make sure you just stay updated with Daedalus. So all your instances of Daedalus, go inside the Daedalus platform. It's going to tell you if you are out of date. You're going to click that link. It's going to take you directly to the daedaluswallet.io website. You're going to verify what platform or what operating system you're going to use in order to download Daedalus. Download that new version. It's going to overwrite the old version. And then voila, you have the new version and you are ready. You're ready to go. That's how it works. For Yoroi, I really don't think you need to do anything because it's a light wallet. So the Emergo team will let you know. How much Linux Docker do you need to know as a pool operator? You need to know some. You definitely need to know some. I can't quantify how much, but it's not easy. It's not easy to run a pool at all. Tom Bow says, are you in the Haskell testnet? And if yes, how good is the quality? We are in the Haskell testnet. We just received our ADA, like our testnet ADA. We haven't started minting blocks, but everything seems to be working decently. I have heard some issues, but we haven't encountered those yet. But yeah, that's where Scar is at. Jason Schwartz says, good night and good luck for tomorrow. Appreciate that. Make sure you tune in. Red, Green, Blue says, do you plan on using smart contracts for anything business-wise? Perhaps. I mean, that was my plan at the beginning. I need to know how easy it is to use contracts, how easy it is to create contracts, and who knows, there may be incoming business, and I'm always open to see what possibilities are out there. Daniel Herrera Rendon says, can one at the moment enter the Haskell testnet as a new stake pool operator? Yes, you can. It's open. You can run a Haskell testnet node. Bo Rhodes says, in your opinion, what are the largest industries Cardano will capture? Furthermore, what percentage of the Cardano ecosystem will each industry take up? You know, I'll leave it at this because I don't want to send the wrong message. Tune in tomorrow and tune in on Friday. You're going to hear a lot of use cases and a lot of possible industries that Cardano may be part of or looking to be part of in the future. There are a lot of there's a lot of good stuff happening at the summit. Tom Bow says, do you think Cardano can surpass Ethereum in the next 2 to 3 years? Maybe. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Ethereum, we have a lot of momentum now, but when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, if it comes out, they're going to take a lot of momentum as well. So we'll see. Old Pa Sync, I appreciate you. All rewards, ITN and mainnet compound. The fact that your stake balance increases after each epoch is proof that rewards compound, right? White papers have the calculations. There it is. I'll go with Old Pa Sync. The rewards do compound, so you can just leave your ADA in that wallet, and then after each epoch, you'll be delegating a little bit more, which is wonderful. Wonderful. Have a strategy. It starts in August. I don't know how long you've been in crypto, how long you've been in Cardano. Ride out. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to ride out the next bull run and then ride it all the way back down. Take profits if you need to take profits, but figure out exactly what your livable wage is, what number in your life you want to knock out, whether it's a phone bill, whether it's gas bill, whether it's everything, and work your way towards getting the amount of ADA that's going to produce the amount of rewards or the amount of stake or return on stake in order to clear that area in your life. It's going to make it a lot easier. It's all about building passive income streams. That's the world we're living in right now. That's the world we're moving towards right now. Automation is just increasing as the days go by. I'm hearing that Walmart is changing a few of their stores or a couple of their stores. They're removing all the cashiers. So it's all self-checkout and automated lines. I went to Walmart the other day. There's a Walmart in my area. I kid you not. I didn't even know the machine was like 2 years old, but I did a store pickup order. So it's like, it wasn't online, so I had to pick it up at store. A gigantic orange, like it looked like a PE locker, but it was huge. I just go, I scan my phone. All of a sudden, there's this little robotic arm behind the glass screen that goes in the machine, that goes in that cabinet, goes up to the area, like slides out a tray, comes back down, and then the glass opens, and I take out my store pickup order. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was at Walmart. It's not at every Walmart, but I mean, the speed, people are not going to be, that's where automation is going. So using that logic, you need to figure out exactly what passive income streams you're going to be establishing for yourself. You've got to utilize the power of technology to start working for you, because otherwise it's going to squash a lot of people. I'm telling you. This new internet money, this new blockchain technology, it's bigger than just anarchy. It's literally the next step forward. And it may not be Cardano is the only one. There's going to be a lot of different ones. There are going to be a lot of different projects that succeed, but it's about establishing yourself. And this proof of stake is the way forward. It's the way to leverage technology in order to start working for you and producing gains. You're putting in work. You're putting work as your investment, and in return, you're getting stake back, and you're utilizing that technology to work for you instead of butting heads with it or having any unnecessary friction. I think that's the way forward. Thanks, Old Pa Sync. Appreciate that. Richin says the testnet rewards for the people that were staking on testnet haven't been transferred to the mainnet data list, right? Yes, that's correct. August. Hutan says there will be UBI in the future. Perhaps, maybe that's the way forward. But at the end of the day, UBI could be great, but life will get considerably more expensive. So in addition to UBI, you're going to need to supplement yourself even more. These are the places to be. You're in the right place. I don't know what the future of this project holds, but proof of stake is the right place. I honestly think that. Tom Bow says the day will come when you don't need to cash into fiat because you can pay with everything in ADA directly. Yes. And we're going to learn a little bit more about that tomorrow. Let me highlight the event. Hold on 1 second. One second. I'm looking at the event right now. Let's see. Okay, that's strange. I don't see the event. I don't see the event that I'm referring to, but I think it's in the main auditorium. You're going to want to check that out regarding the you don't need to cash out into fiat because you can pay ADA directly, because there's a guest speaker that's coming that is. Oh, here it is, right here. Go to this one at 16:30 UTC, so 4:30 UTC. That's 5:30 UK time. There's on the first day, on Thursday, cryptocurrencies prospects for mainstream adoption is the future coexistence with fiat. And Paul Atkins, former commissioner in the U.S. SEC panel, moderated by Rachel Wolfson. So he was a former commissioner for the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the U.S. SEC. So when we're talking about things like we won't have to cash into fiat, we're literally getting the former member of the SEC to come on, and hopefully we can extrapolate some information about when regulation is coming. What does it look like? How do these things get passed? Because once we figure that out, then we can determine the day when we don't have to cash into fiat and we can pay ADA directly. Because right now, even if we have ADA pay solutions or paying with ADA, these are all taxable events in the US, like-kind exchanges, like-kind trades, regardless if you're paying the taxes or not. I'm letting you know that my CPA tells me these are like-kind trades. So you do as you please, but until we get that clarification, and who better to get that clarification from than a former SEC chairman. So that's wonderful. Richin said the testnet rewards for people that were staking on testnet. Oh, I'm repeating myself. Cardonian says, what is UBI? It's universal basic income. So it's this idea of giving everyone just basic, like a stipend every month just to live. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Andrew Yang. He was a presidential candidate, and he proposed like a UBI, but it's nothing old. It's nothing new. It's been proposed several times. So you're basically paying people just to live. And I'm not opposed to that, but I'm just saying that life will also get more expensive. Richin says, are they talking about mainnet rewards percentages tomorrow? No. Mainnet rewards percentages are likely going to be around 6%. Just 6%, 5 to 6%. Haywood says, if anyone wants to see what it would be like, spend a good amount of time on an Indian reservation or housing project. Okay. Skin says, you're looking at it wrong. Don't think of cashing out of ADA, but cashing into ADA. Perhaps. Okay. Brian Pendley says, look at how much we've ridden without the help of Coinbase. No doubt Coinbase listing will help, but it will get to a point where if Coinbase doesn't list ADA, they will be losing waves of. Okay. All I can say is sign up for the summit. Hutan says there's a stimulus bill in Congress to pay for vacationing. I wonder if you can use crypto to pay for it if it ever passes. Perhaps. Old Pa Singh says the internet was an app that ran on the voice network. Now the voice network is an app on the internet. Blockchains are apps that run on the internet, and soon the internet will run on blockchains. Early. Beautifully worded, beautifully said. Hutan says, if you buy ADA and pay in ADA, how do you calculate your taxes? You need to contact the CPA. You need to contact the CPA. Nix OS. We use Nix OS, Daniel. If you're in crypto, UBI was the Mana project, I believe. Not sure what happened to that. Darko says, Daedalus will have a built-in tools to calculate taxes. That's difficult because every person in every country has different taxes to calculate. So they'd have to have a tool for each and every country. Crypto Simp says, keep on pumping out the quality content. We need more unbiased voice like yours in the community. Appreciate you. Lefa says, I'm going to book my next vacation after COVID with Ada on Travala. I saw that Travala partnership. I've never used Travala before, but I know people love those traveling websites. So it's going to be interesting. If anyone ever like buys a vacation on Travala with Ada, you should definitely let people know, or let the Twitter community know, or send me a message or something. I would love to see that experience, and maybe we can talk about it on the channel or something, or maybe on the Cardinal effect. That would be pretty cool. What do you think about Charles slipping and mentioning a Mermergo stablecoin? I haven't seen his last AMA, so I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't know anything about an Emergo stablecoin. Not sure. I know Emergo did partner with Ergo, which is great. So everyone, I guess the chat is slowing up. The chat is slowing up. Daniel, yes, I've enjoyed the experience. I just want to remind everyone, for everyone that is in this chat, even if you're not going to be there, even if you think you're not going to be there, just, I don't know, show up, or just drop your email. Drop your email, and it's free. It's free, everyone. It's free. If you're in this chat room and you're not signed up, come on, everyone. I think it's going to be a good time. It's fun. It's a free event. Cardonian says, I'm sure someone could develop a smart contract on Cardano to swap and pay taxes. Yeah. It's so difficult because when I send my documents to my CPA every year, I use here, let me get the name of the program. Let me see. Well, I can't think of it now, but I have it somewhere on my downstairs computer. And anyway, I download all my like-kind exchanges, and like-kind trades, and it's very discouraging because I don't like to try to do a lot of like-kind trades because I have to realize those taxes, and I eat those taxes immediately, and I don't want to carry them over or anything like that. But that's why I try to just figure out what I'm going to invest in and then just invest in it. Brada Pool, we're preparing a huge coverage for the Brazilian community. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Ron Hill says, if there will be VR headsets? I'm not sure. Saw mention of having avatars able to navigate the digital expo space. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't used a VR headset in a while. Haywood says, I've literally already bought bullets with Ada. I traded some with a friend that owns a gun shop. You should have filmed that. Like film the transaction. You should have filmed the transaction. That would have been very cool. Very cool. I think it would have been good promo. Brian says taxes were so much easier to do before marriage. Oh, Marcus, what do you mean by eat the taxes immediately? Like, I mean, there's two different things you can do with taxes, like FIFO and LIFO, first in, first out, last in, last out, or something like that. And the way I structured the taxes for the crypto is like, I think I do LIFO. So my last in is first out. So like in the beginning, I didn't eat the taxes, but at the end, like toward now, I'm eating the taxes. It's just like when the event becomes taxable, like because it's hard. Like if you bought 10 ADA in January of 2018, and then 10 ADA in August of 2018, and then 10 ADA in January of 2019, how do you know which ADA you're selling if you sell like five? Like you can't attribute that ADA to any particular buying event. So which one will you assume the taxes for, if that's all confusing at all? FIFO for you. Okay. Cardonian says, I paid a guy to remodel my kitchen with Bitcoin. LOL. Oh, do tell me about that. Do tell me about that. How much did you pay for? Did you overpay? Did you overpay? And when you paid with Bitcoin, how long did it like? Did the guy finish the kitchen job by the time it settled? And I'm not trying to make a joke or anything because I know the settlement times are very clogged. So, did he already remodel your kitchen? Was he still waiting for payment? Aaron says, appreciate the work you do. What summit event that is off the radar are you most excited for? Okay. I mean, I have notes downstairs, but I am looking forward to. Let me see if I can find it right quickly. Right here on Friday. The one event I'm looking forward to most on Friday is this one. The cryptocurrency exchanges discuss current and future challenges panel discussion. I don't know if it's backwards or not. Panel discussion, and then on Thursday there's another panel discussion that I'm looking forward to. So there's basically two panel discussions, and you're gonna want to go for them because although it says this little summary on the schedule, there's a lot more that's happening at that particular event. I think that's probably they did that for a reason. Brada Pool says all Brazilian ambassadors will be over the different presentations and organizing an after summit live to summarize the announcements. I'm sure TCP will be amazing as well. Awesome. Brian says I have an old Oculus dev kit lying in my storage unit somewhere if you want it. I have played with the Oculus before a couple times. FIFO for you. Okay. Not a problem. Benjamin says, give us the top 5 to watch out for this summit. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot. I want to see the panel that's cryptocurrencies prospects for mainstream adoption is the future coexistence with fiat, with Paul Atkins. I want to see that. I want to see the Hydra fast isomorphic state channels to see exactly when we could expect Hydra, or see like how far they are in doing that research. Is it something that we can expect within the next year, or is it something we can expect within the next few years? ADA Pay is going to be interesting. The identity solution is going to be interesting as well. I want to know exactly what their plans are in putting identities on the blockchain. What does that mean? Is that just diplomas or certificates, or is that like entire people's identity? And then, yeah, I think I think that's like 4 events for day one. But and then I also want to see Charles's keynote, because Charles is the announcer of everything. So I think that the keynote on Thursday, that's a must see. So I think he'll probably be spilling some tea at the beginning. So we'll see. UTC is 4 hours ahead of Eastern time. Cardonian says he was a family friend and was going to go do it for free. I'd offered him $300 in US dollars and $300 Bitcoin. He wanted the Bitcoin. Okay. Hey, I don't know who you're using to remodel your kitchen, but $300, it's pretty good. Kudos to you. Haywood says use ADA to buy gold, trade the gold for what you want when you want. Yeah, I mean, precious metals is something very. I started buying some precious metals when I was in college, and this is when I didn't have money at all. I mean, I didn't have like any spending money. I was a college student. Most college students don't have any money, expendable income, but I bought a little bit here and there. But precious metals are interesting. I don't necessarily think that they're the best investment. I don't. Um, I'm here to make some money. Like I don't want to hear. I'm in crypto, so I've been watching myself lose money for a long period of time. But I'm not trying to do these slow returns. I'm trying to do it a little bit faster. While they may be good pegs at certain times, I don't necessarily see precious metals like. I mean, they can moon in the future, but I think that if they moon, crypto is going to moon even higher. I'm all about maximizing the gains at this point. So, but I think I bought a little bit of platinum, some silver rounds. Um, I don't know if I had any like bullion, just the bars. I don't know. I have it somewhere. But you're just saying to like offset your ADA. Okay. Cardonia says the transaction was sent almost immediately. I'm glad. And I hope your kitchen remodel was nice. True Warrior says can't wait to stake to Yoroi wallet. Coinbase. We'll find out. Lefas says Charles will drop some asteroids. Yep. Sashin says there was a particular good enough difference in rewards between Scar and Kaizen crypto stake pool on the ITN. Awesome. Well, go for whichever pool provides you the best rewards. Go for it. Sachin says, given that you guys kind of have a similar profile of age, enthusiasm, passion ambassadors, what was the difference mainly because the Kaizen pool had much less ADA delegated and was favored? I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that question. I can't speak on his pool. I can't speak on Kaizen's pool, but I'm sure it's wonderful. And if you feel like if you feel like you want to explore your options, Kaizen is definitely a good pool. I recommend Rick's pool, Digi. There are plenty of good pools out there. Go for it. Hutan says last time I remodeled the kitchen, it cost me close to 30 grand. Now that sounds more that sounds more reasonable. $300. Dan says, have you heard any news on whether IOHK will be signed up into 2021 plus? I don't know. True Warrior says precious metals are good long-term stable returns. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's true. I guess long-term stable returns, yeah. But I'm not looking for long-term stable returns. Like I mean, at some point, if your portfolio is so large, you have so much money, then you're looking for long-term stable returns. But at this point, you're just looking for gains. We're looking for gains. Old Posting says precious metals are not investments; they're inflation hedges. I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, gold is touted as something that's a very safe asset. It's scarce. There's only so much gold on the planet. I believe there's enough gold to fill the base of the Eiffel Tower if you lay up all the bricks together. But I also read that there's yeah, I mean, gold is being found in different places, like underneath the earth and in deep parts of the ocean. And, who knows if we're mining asteroids in the future and we find gold on those asteroids. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? The supply, while there's a fixed supply, I mean, it's not necessarily fixed. We're always finding little traces of gold here and there. But, I don't know. You can also buy raisins and just hold them for like 10 years, like big boxes of raisins. And I'm sure that price will go up as well. So we're not here to invest in raisins. We're here to invest in crypto and ultimately maximize our gains. If you're extremely rich, then just holding those stable assets may be good for your portfolio. Knox SM says, do you do this full time? If not, what is your main gig? No, I don't do this full time. No. This is my hobby. I'm a cryptocurrency investor. This is all my hobby. This YouTube channel that I started, it's because I enjoyed Cardano. I really did. It grew into an opportunity at the Cardano effect. I've been doing that with Rick, but no, this is not. My main gig. I'm a small business owner. I'm in the government contracting realm, so prime and subcontracting to different companies, and I do facility support services, facility management services, janitorial services, and anything in between. So I'm in the government contracting realm. Gerald says, big news tomorrow, guys. Yes. Benjamin says, I know Caitlin Long will be there. Do you think the debit card ADA will be a thing? I'm not sure. It depends. Gerald says, my body is ready. Cardano Green says, agreed. Precious metals are a storage of wealth. True money. Fiat is just currency. Old Passing, since the dawn of civilized time, an ounce of gold has bought a nice suit outfit. Yeah, that's good. It's good. It's good. Personally, right now, I feel like dollar is king right now. So I'd rather have actual fiat, actual US dollars. I don't know if that's going to change in the future than an ounce of gold, but gold is also good as well. But, it's gold. You got to put it in a safety deposit box, or you have to just keep it in your house. And Lefa says, it's 4 a.m. here. Got to go to sleep. See you at the summit. Thanks for the stream. No, I appreciate you being here. I've been talking a lot, so, Darko says, it appears that they'll have a lot of news on Atala during the summit. Enterprise is a sleeping giant. I'm interested to hear about that for sure, because they debuted Atala, or they started talking about Atala in 2019 at the IOHK summit. And I think we're going to hear a little bit more about it during this summit. There's a couple of events that they're talking about Atala. So we'll see what it is, and we'll see how it relates to ADA, if it even relates to ADA, and we'll figure out exactly what it means for the end investor. Your take on Robert Kiyosaki, is that the Rich Dad, Poor Dad novel author? I don't know. I've never read that before, but I know who you're talking about. Thanks for the support, Knock SM1. Appreciate you. Sachin says, thanks you for answering. I like the work both of you guys do for Cardano. Are you guys kind of friends and get along and interact regularly? He seems, what is your ethnicity? No, I don't know Kaizen. I don't know. I don't know him. I'd like to get to know him. I like to get to know him, but I don't know him. I don't know him. I've never speaking with him in a private channel or anything like that. Andrew Todd says, thanks for the stream, Philippe. It's coming up on 3 a.m., so I'm going to leave you. Okay. I appreciate you, and I love you too, man. M.A. Phillips says, hope you have a great time tomorrow. The Daedalus Shelly test network flawlessly, and my rewards came in perfectly, and you did a great job for me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Old Pa Singh is, if my crypto holdings were gold, it could be said that I have a Mr. T starter kit. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm probably going to be logging off very soon. Everyone, make sure you sign up. Yes, I'm going to be running a mainnet staking pool, Gerald. Am I Darth Vader's grandson? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Everyone, I'm gonna be logging out. This was a great little thing. I have to get some sleep tomorrow. I gotta wake up tomorrow. The Cardano effect has a booth tomorrow. It's just gonna be me. Rick is bogged down with work. He's been like just locked away. Like he has a huge deliverable and he just hasn't been able to make it. He won't be able to make it. So it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be at the booth, and you have to sign up online because it's not going to be on YouTube, but it's a free link, but it's on a different platform. And you just, get something to drink, get something to eat, get your snacks, sit back and enjoy. I'll be in my own little echo chamber. I don't know where they're putting me in the auditorium, so I'll probably have a little tiny space somewhere. Feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, everyone, you enjoy yourself. Have a good night's sleep, and a lot of news tomorrow and the day after. So you're going to want to stay tuned. You got everyone, guys and girls, we've made it. It's coming very soon, and I'm glad that the price is increasing and giving everyone some relief. All right, everyone. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, everyone.